Hey, it's Robert Taylor, and today is Friday, October 15th, and I'm here with your weekly eBlast news. So, first of all, tomorrow, October 16th, weather's a little iffy, but here's what happens if it's good weather. If it's good weather, tomorrow at 5, we are hosting an opportunity for the town to come together and do a Halloween event. Right in the parking lot, you may have heard, we're going to have cars, which are where the trunks are all parked. Cars are parked, trunks are open, decorated for Halloween, bags of candy. And we're going to have kids going to come through in their Halloween costumes around 5 o'clock. They're going to come through and do some trick or treating right in our parking lot. After that, when that part's over, they're going to go back out and they're going to form up in a parade and with a fire engine and Simsbury Police Officer Jamie Ball, who was here last week with his horse, is going to be back again this week. And he's going to block traffic and do some police duties, but then he's going to meet everybody down on the green where we're going to have some more celebration. And in addition to celebrating, we're going to have movies. That's right. So showing a couple of Halloween themed family style movies. Now, what's the point of these events? The point of these events are Trinity Church is in the very center of Terriffill. And we're part of Simsbury and we're part of Granby, but our immediate neighbors are the neighbors here in Terriffill. And so we're here to help heal and support our neighborhood. And we're trying to help people come together, and we love coming together right at the church. So it's a Halloween event. So one, you get to meet people you don't know. Church people get to mingle with non-church people, and just who knows what you might meet, what the Lord might have in store for you. So right now we have 11 that we know of, 11 cars from church, and we want four more cars. What you do is you just drape some Halloweenish looking stuff, throw some pumpkins back there, make it look like Halloween, and get some bags of candy and just pull up, and there you go. You want to drape some lights or get fancy, that's all cool too. So just whatever you can pull off, pull up and get some candy. It's great to have lots of cars. The more fun it is for kids, the more they come back, the more families come back and forth. They're right here at their church. So yeah, so it's a little bit of a come and see for everybody. 4 more cars. If you decide you want to do it, call Amanda. Just grab her number, pick it up, call Amanda and say, hey, I'm in with the cars. And then show up tomorrow, Saturday at 4:30. If it's raining, you will also get to hear that we're postponing to the next week. So it's got a rain date, which is next Saturday. So great kind of a town thing. If you don't have kids and you don't have grandkids and you don't know anybody, why would you come to this? Because our church is hosting, our church community is hosting, and you get to meet people. They're probably not coming to church on Sunday, so we're glad to see them on Saturday. So go meet people, get to know them. What's the Lord saying to you? What are these folks like? Who comes to events like this? So all kinds of great mission reasons to be coming tomorrow, even if you don't have kids. All right. Second thing is Sunday. Right now, we're on board for looking like great weather for Sunday. And we are having our one service special Sunday. And our theme for this Sunday is ride your bike to church. Okay. You say, wait a minute, I got to come up 189. I got to roll down 315 on a bike. But no, all you have to do is park at St. Bernard's and then just ride your bike to church. It's just a fun thing. We still have some good weather. So grab a bike and come on to church. Church is at 9 o'clock, one service only, streamed 9 o'clock Sunday. Sunday service, one service, 9 o'clock. It's going to be outdoors. The last time we did this a month ago, our theme was kind of cool cars. And we had a bunch of folks brought their cool cars, parked those just for fun. A great event. We had 94 people came to that. What was the result of all that? Well, it wasn't just about fun. It was about community and fellowship. This is the part where we have been so hurt by COVID because we can't get together. We can get together this Sunday. Just come, bring your chair. If you don't ride a bike, that's fine. If you ride a bike, that's great. But come Sunday, we're going to have great music and a great time of worship. And we look forward to seeing you Sunday at 9 o'clock. The week after that, you don't have to attend this, but we're having Diocesan Convention. And it's always good to stay in contact with the diocese, what's going on. So online, you should be looking around on the diocesan website. What are the resolutions that are going through the diocese right now? And how will that affect us at Trinity? So just be good to stay on top of that. We've got our delegates ready to go. And this year, because of where Zoom was when they were planning, or where COVID was when they planned it, they decided to go ahead and do the Diocesan Convention on Zoom. And so originally, now check this out, originally they were going to have the Diocesan Convention at the newly redone cathedral. Now you might say, I don't remember the old not redone cathedral. The old cathedral is in a beautiful spot right in downtown Hartford. I believe that's the corner of Trumbull and Church Street. It's prime location, right in the center. You couldn't have a better location. Very traditional church. It was absolutely beautiful. It had box pews and old lights, very much like the old lights we have at Trinity, except in a much bigger context. Beautiful altar, lots of dark woods. Very similar to what the Diocese of Western Mass has in Springfield. Dark woods, dark, bad lights, pews, inflexible, can't change the environment. They've done a beautiful job of keeping all the best of what was and using that for part of the church. The lighting is sensational. It changes the whole church. And they have all these different ways of using flexible lighting. I personally would love you to go and just take a gander at what's going on in the cathedral at some point. Because if you saw those lights, I bet you would come back and say, we got to get new lights in our sanctuary. Currently, our church is lit up because we take those giant, they're not called Klieg lamps, but they're sort of like that. We take those giant lamps for photography, we put them in the back, and those things actually brighten up the whole church, but they're not permanent lighting fixtures. When we take those out, what we found was the church is back to its good old dark and, let's get some new light bulbs. What else can we do kind of stage? So get a vision for how church, you can take a very traditional space like ours, and you don't really change it per se, but you can enhance it so that it becomes a really wonderful place to worship. So anyway, so just keep that in mind. The Diocesan Convention is next weekend. That's where I will be all day Saturday. Yeah, good. Okay, all right. Coming up on the next weekend, that's the weekend I want you to start thinking about. October 30th, from 8:30 in the morning, done by noon. And that's a 3.5-hour retreat on the Lord's Prayer. The prayer that you've probably said the most in your life, the words of the scriptures you may be most familiar with, and the ones you teach kids and your grandkids. My granddaughter at 3 years old, I'm not sure if they taught her the Lord's Prayer yet, but she's about due, right? And so she's coming for Christmas. So guess what Grace and Poppy are going to do this year, right? So at 3 years old, what are you saying when you say, Our Father who art in heaven? Oftentimes we learn the Lord's Prayer and we're very young and we've never really thought or been taught, what are these concepts? Why would Jesus have us pray this way? And he certainly wasn't praying just to memorize it and say those words like it was a magical formula. What does it mean, Our Father in heaven? What does it mean? How do you hallow God's name? Where do you, where in my life, my talent, what does that mean? What does it mean for God's will to be done here on earth, just as in heaven? And what's the thing about the kingdom coming? We hear a lot about that in church. So anyway, the retreat is going to be done in a different kind of a way. I'm not going to stand there and give you like 3 20-minute lectures that you can meditate on. Very brief lectures with some thoughts and ways to approach it, and to give you time just to sit in God's presence and to be able to think about that. So it's going to be a great retreat. If you're a mom, dad, and you have kids and you're thinking about the Lord's Prayer and you really don't know what that means, or you'd like to teach it in a way that's appropriate for your kids, come on down. You need to register because I got to keep an eye on how many people we have. And so where are we doing that retreat? And how are we going to put it together with all the COVID protocols? That's October 30th. All right, so I'll be at a wedding tomorrow. If the weather, rain or shine, I'll be at a wedding tomorrow about the same time that you guys are at the parking lot. But I really hope that 4 more people will sign up to give us 15 cars. Just a great number. I don't know if it's a biblical number or not, but 15. It's like the 12 apostles and 3 of their best friends. All had trunks of cars, and they invited. I don't know. You figure it out. But anyway, 15 cars. You can always donate candy if you want. So the people who do bring cars can do that. So that's tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Come at 4:30 if you're bringing a car. Come at 4:30 and park somewhere, even if you're not going to use your car, just if you want to be a host and kind of help meet some neighbors. And then Sunday, ride your bike to church Sunday, park at St. Bernard's, roll on down the hill, and it starts at 9 o'clock. There's going to be 2 great announcements on Sunday. One has to do with this beautiful plan called Adopt a Nurse. It has to do with nurses at the ICU unit in Manchester Hospital, where Julie Mudge works. And it's also, you're going to hear from Mark Teague with the kickoff of our stewardship season, which is always a great rubber meets the road discipleship. I just was at a burial today. I do sermons, I teach, I do a lot of stuff with these words, but there's nothing for Americans that seems to have your discipleship rubber meet the road of reality about where you are with discipleship, other than your giving. Because as Americans, we've been taught that our wealth is the source of our security and our happiness too. And we have God on the side. So stewardship is always a great season where we have to rethink our relationship with our money. And so we're going to hear about that. You've got a great a video coming up with Carolyn. I'll tell you, great stuff. So I'll finish up. As soon as I finish up, here's what I want you to do. I want you to make a note, go get candy for Saturday. And then I want you to turn on and listen to this next video and allow God to give you some encouragement about all that God's doing here at our church. Anyway, there you go. There's your announcement for this week, eBlast. I will see you guys, God willing. I will see you guys Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. Okay, so bye for now.